What's up, everyone? It's Carlos with Toy Gigante. I'm working on the giant G.I. Joe Arctic headquarters. Been working on this for a while now, so let's go ahead and work on this tracks like I've been talking about. So I have to make a connection piece so that the track connects onto here. And in the last video I talked about how I filled up the back area right here. I filled it up with resin, and I have plenty of resin left, so I want to use it up. So that's why I used it on here. And also the main reason why is because it's easier to glue a solid piece right here, so it's nice and strong, so that when I put it on here and connect it, it'll be a nice and strong connection. And that's pretty much the reason. So now I'm going to make the piece for the back to join up. What I have here is a piece that I just put together. And basically what this does is I put the track right here. Let me move it a little bit, like so. So it's a track piece that holds the track in place so that I can attach it to this area right here. So that's what I had to do. So instead of making 4 of these, I have some silicone left over from another project. So I'm gonna mold and cast this piece, but before I do, I'm gonna go spray paint it and give it a uniform look. Let's go do that real quick, see what this looks like. And if you're wondering, I just used some just pieces that I had laying around, and some of the little mang bolts that I always use. Little Lego pieces right here, and some other pieces. So, yep, time to paint. And let's just give it some color here. There we go. It's nice and uniform, and then I could mold and cast it. I made it a little bit thick on the bottom. That way I could get more resin when I make the mold. So, good times. So here's the piece, nicely primered, and here is the piece right here. Let me get the camera. Oh, oops. Let me see here. So it's gonna look like that. Okay, it's gonna have that. I'm trying to videotape it like that. Here's what it's gonna look like attached to the vehicle. So there we go. So I got that piece, and I just put together this one out of whatever scraps I can find. I'm gonna go paint this up. That way, the tank treads have a back area like this. So let me see. I'm gonna put this here and then put this here like this. So that way there's some detail in the back area. Make sense? I'll show you a little bit on that later, but I wanted some detail, so I made that. Let's go paint it up, get a uniform color. All right, this is what it's looking like, and let's paint it up. Okay, that'll work much better. All right, very good. So now what I get to do is make a mold, so I can cast these pieces. That way I don't have to make like what, 12 sets of these? I've been saying 10 tracks. I apologize, someone corrected me. It's 12 tracks. I don't know why I kept saying 10, but anyway, just a whole bunch of little parts that put together, it kind of looks like it would work. Okay, so now I'm going to make my little box, pour some of the silicone in there, and it's gonna dry overnight. Tomorrow I'm gonna make the first cast, and that should go by pretty quick. Okay, I made my box out of foam board, and I got some tape. So now I just gotta pour in some of the silicone I'll be using, and just leave it overnight. So I don't have a lot of silicone left, so what I did is I cut some old silicone and I put it in here to take up room, and that should be okay. It'll fuse with the new silicone. All you got to make sure to do is that you clean it and there's no release agent. But I'm gonna go ahead and pour Mold Star 30 by Smooth On silicone, and that should do the trick because I don't have a lot left. All right, here we go. See, I don't have that much. I'm a little nervous. That's all I have left. Oh my goodness. Okay. I might get lucky here. I think I might just have barely made it. I added more pieces of old silicone in there. That's why it doesn't look smooth. But when it dries, hopefully it dries together and I can still use this mold. I just have to pour this mold like 12 times and I'll be golden. While I wait for the molds to dry and all that stuff, I'm sorry, the silicone mold, I'm going to just make a few parts and try to do as much as I can today. All right, let's go paint these up and glue them in place. This is one of the details I added. I added another one on the other side just like it, just a little different. Just more details for the interior. My present to myself seems about finished. I'm gonna open this up. Okay, let's open one of these up. Let's see what we can do. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Let me get this little piece out of the way. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Just give me a minute. Okay, it was easier with removing the original pieces with two hands anyways. This is what it looks like. Looks pretty good. So I'm gonna do my first test and see what it looks like. I even threw a guitar knob in there in case you were wondering. Just because I think that the shape is interesting and I could use it. But let's throw in some 65D resin and see what happens. I got lucky twice. First time I didn't have that much silicone and I barely made it. And now I barely have enough resin and I barely made it. So the mold was a success because I already made 12 sets of these that I needed. So here is the piece. It looks oily, but that's not gonna affect anything. I already made like 10 of them. So thank goodness the mold worked. And here is all 10 of them. I have them laid down here because I want them to dry nice and flat. So there's my pieces for the for all the tracks. Just barely made it. I used a 65D resin by Smooth On. It's really good resin. I didn't pressurize any of this. I didn't get many bubbles. There's some small bubbles, but not enough to make it like a bad piece. So overall, great stuff. I just wanted something I could work with and that dried really fast. So I made all these in about 1 hour. And like I said, the mold work, I used old silicone that I chopped up. That's why it looks like this. Just to barely make it. You can even see the old silicone right there. But it worked out. So if you have old silicone, you can wash it and throw it into the new silicone. Give it a try. You might be able to save some money. Alright, I'm just going to spray these down to make them uniform, and then we're good to go. That'll work. So this is what I'm doing. I'm taking one of these. I'm putting it like this. I'm flipping it over. And then I'm putting one of these pieces like this. And I'm also screwing it in here to hold it down better. So I have one, this one's ready to go. And then I had to make this piece right here so that it connects better. It's gonna connect like this. Okay, like that. I'm gonna glue and bolt that down in place, so it's gonna look like this. So this is what it looks like. I already have one side done, and there we go. I can move the play set. The play set. I have a lot of parts on here, but I can move it. I'm just trying to show you guys, and I can move it around. Yeah, it can fall off the table, so I got to be careful. But it's ready to go. It's a success. I just got to do the other side. And remember, there's going to be more tracks than this, so stay tuned for that one. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. Things are going pretty well. Just have to, today I'm just gonna finish these tracks up and then call it a day, but I hope you're liking the video series. I got tons of parts because I need to work on the front tracks and the back tracks, but that's for another video. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Thank you.